So today we will start with the rotary compressor. We already discussed about the reciprocating compressor, its type, its use, its advantages and disadvantages. Today we will start with the rotary compressor, that is positive displacement compressor. It is also one type of a positive displacement compressor. So in rotary compressor, we will see first introduction. Then we will see the different types of compressors. That is main compressor, roots compressor, or it is also called as a roots blower, screw compressor, and scroll compressor. So these are the four compressors that we have to study in today's lecture. So basically, rotary compressor are of two types. So in our syllabus, we have to discuss only with the positive displacement compressor. So positive displacement rotary compressors are nothing but those compressors which compress the air or a gas by trapping it in a reducing patches formed by a set of engaging surfaces, or it also called as a vanes. The gas is pulled from suction side and pushed to delivery side by the help of engaging surface. Now, in case of a rotary compressor, that is positive displacement compressor, the suction side is larger compared to discharge size, and with the help of vanes or engaging surfaces, we can suck air from the surrounding and deliver to a required pressure. The next step for compressor, that is rotodynamic compressor. So these are the compressor that we don't have to study in this unit. Okay, so this type of compressors you might study in a turbo machine, that is in third year. So basically, in case of a rotodynamic rotary compressors, the rotating elements generally imparting a velocity to a flowing gas. So means rotating element generally imparts a velocity to a flowing gas and develop a desired pressure, and compression is achieved by the dynamic action of a rotor. So in case of in such cases, the casing that is provided, and in that casing there is one pipe of enlarged size, means whenever there is flow takes place, generally in such type of compressor, the flow inlet is axial to the axis of a compressor and outlet is radial. So basically enlarged pipe is provided so that the pressure will rise and pressurized gas will be supplied to the outlet. So this is a basic difference between these two type of compressor. So in today's lecture, positive displacement rotary compressor that we have to study. So basically, rotary compressor is used in order to have a large quantity of air at the outlet with a pressure up to 10 bar. So this is type of a compressor, that it may be Rhodes blower compressor, vane type blower, or screw and scroll type of compressor. This type of compressor can be used up to a pressure requirement of a 10 bar, and when we require to have a large quantity of air at the outlet. So rotary compressors, these are can be classified into positive displacement compressor as well as rotodynamic compressor. So positive displacement compressor, these are the four compressors, and rotodynamic compressor is the radial flow compressor and axial flow compressor. So these are the compressors which we study in subject turbo machines. Okay, so in today's lecture we have to study only about the positive displacement compressor. So we'll start with the first type of a compressor, that is Roots blower compressor. So in Roots blower compressor, first of all, we will see the construction of root blowers compressor. So these are available in market with the 2 lobe or 3 lobe. Basically, 2 lobes. This where we can see the this type of arrangement is called as a, this type of part is called as a lobe, or it also called as a rotor. Okay, so there will be 2 lobes. There will be one casing, and okay, so there are 2 lobes. Along with that, there are these 2 lobes will be inside a casing, and there will be a suction side from this side and there will be a discharge from this side. Now how it works? Okay, so whenever the suction process start, actually these 2 lobes, just a minute, there are few students that not admitted yet. Okay, okay, so these 2 lobes are rotated with the help of a motor. Suppose I am placing this as a lobe number 1, then this is as a lobe number 2. Okay, so this lobe number one is rotated with the help of a prime mover, and this lobe number two is rotated with the help of a gear arrangement. Okay, and by this the suction from the one side and delivery from the other side is achieved. Now, how suction process starts? As here we can see that this I will call this as a rotor. This is also called as a rotor. Suppose this is a rotor which is a vertical, and this is another rotor that is horizontal. So in this case, as this rotor is rotating clockwise, so another rotor will rotate anti-clockwise. Okay, so here you can see that. Now, when this rotor rotates clockwise, this this side pressure will decreases and air will start comes inside the this passage. Okay, as this rotor is rotate from this position to a 90-degree position, its position comes out to be like such. It becomes horizontal, and this rotor number two becomes vertical. Now, this suction air will be trapped in this passage. Okay, as this rotor becomes horizontal, whenever it is rotate, the air is trapped in this passage. Okay, now this air is trapped and suction stroke is completed. Now this air, as this rotor is rotating, so this air then deliver at a higher pressure to the discharge valve, to the discharge. And at the same time, when discharge on this side occurs, at the same time suction on this side happens. As you can see that this is a horizontal, the position of the rotor number one is horizontal, so position of rotor number second will be vertical, and this is starting to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So this enables a suction on this side, and the rotor number two will also rotates and will get the discharge from this side also after a 90-degree movement of a rotor number two. Okay, so this is how we can get the discharge from this side also we can trap the air, from this side also we can trap the air. As you trap the air, its pressure rises, and this higher pressurized air is then supplied to the required, where whatever the applications to have, you have to supply. Okay, so this is how the working of a Root's blower compressor take place. So basically it consists of two lobes or three lobes, casing, then two rotors. Okay, so that rotor is rotated with the help of a prime mover, and second rotor is rotated with the help of gearing arrangement. Okay, and then with the rotation of rotor number one, suction will start. As the suction on one side finish, the discharge will take place. Similarly, this rotor is also rotating, so another side there will be a suction. As suction takes place, a constant amount of air will be trapped in this region, and then there will be discharge from this side also. So this is how Root's blower compressor works. So just raise your hand so that we can move further. I understand up to this. This is the working of a Root's blower compressor. Then, okay, now here you can see the working that earlier I have already told you how Root's blower compressor works. So here the pressure rise take place. So suction takes place. First suction will take place during the 90-degree movement of a so rotor number one. Then pressure will rise as it is trapped in a constant volume. Then it is delivered to a required pressure to the at the outlet. Okay, so this is the basically working of a Root's blower compressor. Okay, the next type of compressor that we have to study is vent type of a compressor. Okay, basically in market there are single vent type of compressor as well as multiple vent type of a compressor present. Okay, then first of all we'll see the construction of a vent type of a compressor. So in vent type of a compressor, again there is one casing, there is arrangement for the suction air inlet and as well as air outlet. There are drum that is provided over here which is eccentric with the casing. Suppose this casing having center somewhere here, so this will be eccentric with the casing. This is the drum whose center is over here. Okay, now this drum is rotated with the help of some prime mover. It may be a motor, electrical motor is used to rotate this drum, and there are some slots in the rotor. There are some slots inside the rotor, so such type of slots are provided inside the rotor. Okay, this is a circular one. Okay, so such type of uh, slots that are provided in the rotor, and in that rotor there are vanes. Vanes. Okay, along with that, it is attached with the springs. Here we can see the springs. So we can say a pressurized vanes are provided, or spring loaded vanes are provided in the slot in the inside the rotor. Now, what is the function of these vanes? So we'll move towards the working principle. Here we can see the rotor. Here we can see the vanes. Okay. Here we can see in the casing. Here we can see the arrangements for inlet and outlet of air to be taken place. Now, what happens when suction stroke start this, as this disc or this rotor is rotated with the help of a prime mover, then suctions will this side pressure will decreases as vacuum is created on this side. So constant amount of air will be entrapped in between these two vanes. In between these two vanes. So this much amount of air will be trapped inside this two vanes. As this disc is continuously rotating, so vanes also rotates along with it. And when this vanes rotates, as here we can see, here we get the enough amount of a volume so that the air will not be trapped. Okay, so basically there will be no pressure rise inside this passage. Okay, but as we can see that when this rotor starts rotating and when it comes to this position, okay, so spring, as there is no not enough space on this side, as we can see here, so this spring will get compressed and this vanes will move this side when it comes to this position, and there will be decrease in volume, as here we can say, and there will be rise in pressure take place, and the pressurized air then delivered to the required application. Okay, so this is how when type of compressor will work. Okay, so basically this is very much important. This is the reason why in order to trap the air and rise its pressure, that is the reason why eccentric rotor is provided inside a vent type of a compressor. So this is very much important type of compressor. Okay, so just raise your hand so that I know that you are understanding the concepts. The vent type compressor, I understand. Okay, so basically it consists of a number of vanes that is provided in the slot on the rotor. Along with this, there are some springs. Okay, so spring loaded vanes will be there, and these vanes will move to and fro inside the casing as per the volume available inside the casing. Here we can see the more volume is available, so the spring will expand. As volume available on this side, so spring will compress, and this enables this air to compress and rise its pressure and then deliver from the outlet wall. So, okay, so I hope you all understanding. Then we'll move towards the next type of a compressor. Okay, so this is how the pressure rise take place. This is just a pressure volume diagram where pressure is increases and volume is decreases. Okay, so this is how it is done in case of a vent type of a compressor. So here is the working. That is I already told you. Okay, so this is the basic working principle of vent type of a compressor. Then next type of compressor which is used is the screw compressor. This is very much important type of compressor. So as we all know about the screw. First of all, this is the construction of screw type of compressor. So in screw type of compressor, it consists of a casing. Then two screws are provided, and that is that is out of which one will be the driving member and another will be a driven member. Okay, so here we can see the intermeshing of screws. Okay, so one screw is meshed with the another screw so that the power can transmit it. As here we can see, there are the two types of screws. Okay, so one screw is so the first screw will will supply the input, that is the prime mover will be used in order to drive the first screw, and there will be another screw which is driven by the some gearing arrangement. Okay, so there are timing gears that are provided in order to drive this second screw. Okay, so basically here we can see the two types of screws where compression is generally taking place. Okay, so before going to the working, we'll see the basic construction as where we can see the two types of screws. Okay, as we all know that the whenever we use any type of a screw, as we all know that as it is rotates, so clockwise movement of a screw will tends to move clockwise movement of a screw. This suppose I'm this consider this as a screw number one, and this is as a screw number two. So clockwise movement of the screw tends to move this screw in the forward direction, and the second screw that is which is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, this tends to rotate this screw in a backward direction. Okay, so the basically the rotation or the rotation of both the screw is opposite to each other. Means suppose this screw is rotating in a clockwise sense, then this will be rotating in a anti-clockwise sense. Okay, so there will be some driving mechanism will be there so that this second screw can be rotated. Okay, so timing gears will be there and prime mover will be provided in order to drive first screw. Okay, and gearing arrangement is provided in order to drive the second screw. Okay, so this is how its construction is. Now we'll see the working of a reciprocating screw compressor. Okay, so basically working of a screw compressor takes place in four stages. Okay, that is suction, transportation, compression, and discharge. Okay, so here we can see that the here we can see the gearing arrangement is also provided. Okay, so these are the two screws. Okay, there will be arrangement provided. Okay, so this will be in the casing. There will be arrangement provided. So there will be suction from one side and there will be discharge from another side. Okay, as this screws starts rotating, gas will be enters from this side. Okay, as gas is enters from this side, then this gas will be passes over these passages. As we can see, the passages, number of passages are there. Okay, okay, so this will pass over these passages, and it once it passes, so through a certain distance, as we can see that as these screws moves forward, the distance between the two screw position goes on decreases, and this is how we can compress the air. Okay, means in the first two positions there will be larger volume of air, but when this screw starts rotating and as air starts moving in this direction, the position or the distance starts decreasing, and the volume of air is decreases along with rising its pressure. So this is how operation of a screw type of a compressor takes place. Okay, this is a transportation process. That's already I see that this type of air will flow from this side to the this side. Okay, and the distance will start decreasing, and as the distance decreases, the compression will takes place. Okay, so first suction process will be there, then transportation process will be there, last is the compression process. Okay, that is taking place in the lateral stages. Okay, and last is the discharge. So this is how working of a screw type of compressor take place. Okay, so basically the name given to this is because of the here the screws are used in order to compress the air. Okay, so this is the basic working principle of the screw type of a compressor. Okay, so here you can see the construction and there is the working. The working is take place in four stages. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we can move further. I hope you are understanding. Next type of compressor that you have to study. Now understand? Just raise your hand so that we can move further. Okay, so we have studied three types of a compressor till now. That is Roots blower compressor. Okay, then next is vent type of a compressor, and last is screw type of a compressor. Okay, So in screw type of compressor, the working takes place in these four stages. Okay. The last compressor that we have to study is the scroll compressor. Okay. So basically, this is a compressor we generally use in uh, refrigeration plant also. This type of compressor is also used in refrigeration plants also in order to compress the refrigerant. Okay. So basic work construction of a scroll type compressor is generally odd. So it's generally consists of a two spiral. So all of you know that we eat jalebi. Okay, so jalebi, the spiral and jalebi shape is somewhat same. Okay, so I know all of you like jalebi, so shape of jalebi is somewhat like such. Okay, so such type of a spiral is provided, and in a case of a scroll compressor, and this is called as scroll. So two scrolls are provided. Okay, so one is fixed. Okay, so this is fixed. Suppose I'm considering this is a fixed type of a scroll that is fixed in on a plate. Okay, I'm drawing the top. It has some height also. Okay, so in top you can draw it. So this scroll is fixed with this plate. Okay, so this is there is some housing in that, there is this plate along with this there is some fixed scroll, and in that fixed scroll there is another moving or another spiral which tends to just orbit around it. Means this is another type of a, so I'm drawing this with the another color so that you can understand. So it's a different color. Suppose there is another spiral. Okay, this is not rotating. This is not rotating. Okay, so here you can see the it's another spiral. So this spiral having a motion of like a orbital motion, means there is somewhat difference between the rotating motion and orbital motion. So rotating motion, suppose I am considering this as a point. If there is motion about this point like such, okay, if there is motion about this point like such, then it is called as a orbital motion. And if it is the motion like such, okay, means it starts, this is just orbiting around this fixed coil, fixed spiral. The such type of motion is called as a orbital motion. Okay, so there will be orbital motion. Okay, so basically it consists of a there is again there will be some housing and there will be some plates. Okay, on this plate there will be one spiral that is fixed with the plate, and there is another spiral which is rotating. Okay, now this is rotating with the help of some prime mover. Okay, and in order to rotate this we need to provide a prime mover over it. Okay, so in order to drive it. Okay, so now how it's working will take place. Okay, so have I understand the construction? Just raise your hand. Have I understand the construction? Okay, now here there will be the suction from this side. There will be a suction from this side, and discharge will be the axial. Discharge will be the axial, means perpendicular to this plane. As we can see the plane, so axial. So the outlet will be the axial, and inlet will be from this side. Suction will take place this side, as suction will take place. Okay, so as there will be a rotation of this particular spiral as well. So as suction take place, okay, so this air will starts to pass to the whatever the area that is uh, through which it will pass. Okay, so okay, so here we can see as it is as the air is passing between these two spirals. Okay, as we here we can see as it is flowing towards the inward side of the spiral, the distance between the two spiral starts to decrease, and this enables air to compress. Okay, this enables air to compress and rise its pressure. Okay, so this is how the working will take place. So air will be coming in from this side, and it will radially flow inward, and then it will go axially outward. So this is how the working of a scroll type of compressor is carried out. Okay, so I hope you understand. So this is very much important type of a compressor, because earlier in refrigeration plants or in refrigeration systems, hermetically sealed compressor is used, but hermetically sealed compressors are having lesser efficiency. So in order to replace those compressors, a scroll compressor nowadays is used in industry. Okay, so here we can see the working. Okay, there are spirals. Here we can see the spiral. Okay, the working I already told you. First, there will be some suction process take place. Then there will be a compression process. Okay, so this is how working of a scroll compressor carried out. Okay, here we can see the I'm considering this as a fixed scroll. Okay, so here we can see this is a fixed scroll. Then this is what orbiting scroll. This is what orbiting scroll. This the orbiting scroll is just to orbit around this around along the fixed scroll. Okay, then this will be the compression room. As this scroll will try to move from this side to this side. Okay, so it can move either on this side or as well as on this side. Okay, so this enables it to compress the air, and this as air move from the outer portion to the inner portion, one point comes where whatever the volume that is the in this region will starts decreasing, and it enables to the rising pressure of the air. So this is how the working of a scroll compressor takes place. Okay, so with this, so this is all about the rotary compressor. So have you understand what is scroll compressor? What is scroll compressor? Just raise your hand so that we can know working of a scroll compressor. Okay.